Hey friends, in this video, we're going from this to this, so stay tuned. Alright, so these are my former nails. I absolutely love the design and the shape of these, but it's been a month. I usually let my nails last for at least a month. I'm proud of my skill work to do so, but girl, they gotta go. So first thing we're gonna do is start to push those cuticles back, so when it's time to drill, we'll use our cuticle bit to remove any excess skin on the nail plate. So as always, I'm starting off with my Melody Susie drill. I have it on about 7 or an 8, and this just helps me to make sure I'm removing all of the gel polish that's currently on my nails without burning my actual nail plate nail bed. After I remove all of my polish, we're going to go in with, as I mentioned, that cuticle bit that's going to help to remove any excess cuticle, any skin that is on the eponychium of the nail, on the nail plate, and making them nice and smooth for that fill-in. And all products will be down in my description box and in my Amazon store. All right, so now before we do our acrylic overlay, we want to file, make sure we have a nice shape. I'm kind of going for an oval, grown lady. I'm going to be using my gold finger brushes that I actually got from my local beauty supply store. These are bomb.com and they are under $15 and you get multiples. Can't complain about that. So for my acrylics today, I'm using MiaSecret. You guys know that's one of my favorites. The first thing I want to do is dip my brush into the monomer, gently tap it off on the side, and get a little bit of my acrylic powder. I start at the cuticle, as you can see, a nice generous bead that will allow me to cover the area that needs to be covered, but also not flood my cuticles. I just spread it out side to side, work it around my actual nail perimeter and blend it on down. And I may do about 1 or 2 beads until I see a good consistency without it being too thick and bulky, so when it does grow out, it still has a pretty decent look. Even those nails you saw in the beginning, child, I was still getting compliments on them and you saw how they look, okay? So now after we've done our acrylic on all of our nails, we're gonna go in and file them. For the last time, just reshape them, make sure they are what we want them to be. And yeah, I like them. They look good. Not mad at the process. So now I'm going in with my 100 over 180 grit sanding block just to remove any ridges, any imperfections off of the nail, making sure they are 100% smooth the way that I like them to be, and get them ready for our polish. Now it's time for the fun part. I'm going to be starting off with my favorite base coat, which is by the company Model 1s. The way that I like to paint, which makes it easiest, is I start in the center of the nail and then I work towards my left side and then to my right side. If in fact you ever get any polish in your cuticle line, you do not want to cure your nails with that, so you can always clean it up with some nail polish remover and then go in to cure. I'm going to cure these for 60 seconds. And this is my base coat, nice and shiny, no sticky inhibition layer, and ready to go in for the design. So I'm going to be using the Beetles Gel Nail Polish. This is from their Campfire collection. I am just using a standard nude. The number was just shown. I will make sure that's also in the description box. And again, starting at the center, going towards the left and the right. It's just the easiest way for me to get an even coat. I'm actually on my second coat, and this is what it's looking like. I do 1 coat of base, 2 of color, and 1 of top coat. And I cure each layer of polish for an additional 60 seconds each. So today I'm going to be using my Makartt Rhinestone glue. It is the bomb.com and it holds, honey. So we are going to be using that in addition to these rhinestones I got from Amazon. It was a set. They're so gorgeous. I will link them also down below. So I add my Makartt glue to my glue pad and I start to just layer where I want my design to be. To be honest, this was a freestyle design. So I did, as you can see, my other hand first so I could kind of have an idea of what I was doing. And as I'm going along, I add my glue because I don't want it to dry out in the process of me working. I'm pretty much going to let us rock out at this point because it's kind of self-explanatory. Again, it's a freestyle set, so it's really no rhyme or reason. But a few things I want to point out before I let the music play is that when I put my stones on, I'm sure to not only sit them there, but I also use my dotting pin to push them down in place so they really start to create a space for themselves. And they also have that longevity. And speaking of dotting pins, I can use that for my smaller stones, but for my larger stones, as you saw in the beginning, I use a tweezer because that allows me to pick them up and do what I gotta do. So let's let the music play. I'm gonna come back when I'm done and we'll close this video out. And this is the final look. Very pretty, very elegant, but also, you know, city girl bling with a grown lady rounded shape. And the very last step, I want to go in with my Model 1's top coat on my nails that do not have stones, but I also, which is not shown, I use a little bit of the top coat around the stones just for extra adherence. And because this is my last coat, I definitely want to make sure I am cleaning out any excess flooding in the cuticle area because I want them to be nice, clean, and pretty. I cure that for 90 seconds. And as always, if you found this video helpful, be sure to thumbs it up. If you dig me, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, meet me down in the comment section. I will be in the back by the snacks, and I'm gonna leave you with this encouraging word: what is meant for you won't pass you by, and that you can know. Love you.